BT weekend this week. You know what I'm saying? All the steppers gonna be in the city, right? Look, cuz, telling you like this. When you see me, you better tuck tail and run, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's my weekend. And six, I got a dime on Charleston Whitehead. It could be more.
Me and you can't have no business. You threaten to put money on my life. I'm a victim of a crime against a gangbanger like you, and you out on fair. No. I don't want to fight. I don't want to box. Keep on running content on my name. I'm putting Kill Squad in the street.
Oh yeah,
Slot for Varna.
He done lashed out on the, I don't even know if it was the security at No Jumper or the cameraman, but he lashed out on the cameraman. You know, we say crash out, but either way, crashed out, lashed out, whatever. On the cameraman, some female that No Jumper, Charleston White, but when they said when P Nice went nice on him, you pick and choose.
Nobody.
Yeah.
They say you can't say.
See, this whole shit right here apparently is what started it all. I'm not gonna say it's what started it all, bro. It basically, this is what the main video, they keep re-shining back to the light. They're like, well, you know, Brick Baby was the first one to say they can't say they ain't fly for Ron. Like, nigga, you don't know when to shut up, do you? Like, bro, you in the midst of doing a podcast like this, right? Let's just say hypothetically speaking, allegedly, right? You so happen to know the incident that happened with a member in California, right? Let's just say you so happen to know, like, the whole backstory. Maybe you're the part of it, right? Maybe. Now, what makes you feel like you need to go open your big goofy mouth and be like, what? Is it? They say they can't fly. They can't do that no more. What? Y'all niggas just don't know when, like, bro, like some people, I wouldn't even say some people. I just feel like real people, we all real, but you know the standard of the real, what I'm talking about. You would have said something and like, oh shit, word? I ain't even know that. Okay, I guess. Shit, hey, it is what it is, bro.
Say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, cause of. Wait, no. Like, who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, cause of FBG Cash? Or who?
Nah, cause Lil Pop.
Welcome back to another episode of Swamp Stories. For this one, we cover a man who the internet seems to take as a joke. Somebody who talks that talk but doesn't walk the walk. But as you'll see in this video, this man has a rap sheet longer than Jason Love. And
okay, so I'm hoping this is the breakdown on Brick's story, bro, because if I'm not mistaken, Buddy be really getting into it. Well, some people be like, bro, you don't even know what you're talking about. But I'm pretty sure, I'm not even going to say I'm pretty sure. That's what you guys that don't make content, even some of you guys that sit here and feel like you know the full story, don't even know the full story. That's the first thing y'all tell a content creator. Bro, you don't know what you're talking about. Damn, nigga, were you there? Did you help?
on top of this, he's willing to do the unthinkable, crossing his own flag for the money. And most importantly, you'll get to see who he really is behind the scenes and why he's about to spend the rest of his life in prison. So if you ever took Brick Baby as a joke, this video will certainly change your mind. But before we get into it,
like, if they're gonna change our mind to being like, oh, he's really the devil. No, he's just probably a crash out Crip.
let me run the intro.
He can't come outside and he don't show no paperwork. All my diamonds about 10K on it.
The story begins on Bedford Avenue, located in the notorious Overhill section of the Rolling 60s. Here is where a boy named Zaire Mitchell was born to a notorious Los Angeles family. Not notorious on an official or legal level, but notorious in the sense that they were known as a serious hustling family. So given their potentially dangerous lifestyle, they
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut it off right here, right? So basically, from what you're about to give us, right, the rundown on almost a Crip Mac, Brick Baby. bro, not for real, just in general, he doesn't move like I feel like all these other affiliated that I've been seeing on social media. Not well, YouTube, you feel me? Like, so far from what I'm here, what I'm gonna just say. He doesn't look like he moved like P9. He doesn't look like he moved like 4 Extra. So on and so on from, over the years of affiliate they had on their platform. He doesn't seem like he moved like them. He seemed like
Marley decided to let Zaire stay with his grandma whenever they were handling business. Basically, throughout his younger years, he was between his mom's house on Bedford and his grandma's house on Donview Place. I say that to say that his family always wanted to put him in good positions, and that included sending him to private school as well. So growing up, Zaire attended Price Christian Academy.
His real name is Clarence, and Clarence's parents have a great marriage.
Was known as a straight-A student and standout basketball player. Now, I do want to point out that this isn't modern day or something, as the school is definitely located in the hood, but the point is that his parents put him in a good position, and early on it was really paying off, as Zaire had a bright future ahead. But then his parents would meet some people that would change his family's trajectory forever.
BMF? Oh, shit.
While Zaire was in middle school, his parents would meet.
Hey, Swamp Store, you better be legit with this. You better. I'm not gonna say you better like I'm threatening you, but like, you better be like legit. Like this is some real shit right here, bro. Because wait, Big Meech, what's on Big Meech in this?
Meet and build a relationship with Big Meech and Southwest T, the founders of the notorious BMF. Ooh-wee, this took their hustle to a whole new level. Basically, they started with helping BMF expand to the West Coast, but then they were actually invited to live with them in Detroit. This was a financial opportunity of a lifetime, and Zaire's parents would take up on it and flee to Detroit. Obviously, they would leave the kids back home to be raised by Granny, and this is when life would start to derail for Zaire. Once his parents left, he began to veer towards...
It's the fact this nigga saying Zaire, not Brick. Zaire. What's your street name? Walking down, call him Twin. What's your real name? Marcus.
Hanging out with his cousins in the hood, who happened to be notorious Rolling 60s members. And unfortunately, as soon as he was introduced to the lifestyle, he knew that he wanted to be a part of the streets. But because he was only 11 to 12 years old, his cousins refused to put him onto the hood, and as a result, Zaire tried to create his own gangs.
And we started some called Inglewood, California CRIP. Me and my best friend, Infalote.
Then, after giving up that idea, he decides to join something else.
From there, I joined a clique called CIP, and it was completely irresistible players. And the police end up documenting this in the gang files as Crips in Progress, CIP. So they changed it from completely irresistible players to Crips in Progress because we was getting into so much shit in the area.
You know how when you listen to a certain interview and they be like, oh no, that's not for glorified or nothing like that. He is glorifying the out of it. He got a smile.
So that was really my introduction.
So now as a middle schooler, Zaire is roaming the West LA streets as an unofficial gang member. But then his friend's uncle would find out about this, and things would not be good for them. Well, not in the way you'd think. Instead of being upset that they're in the streets like any responsible adult should, he was just upset that they didn't join his gang.
Uncle Mike, he found out we all was from this clique. And he came over there tripping one day. Like he was bullying, like this is a big buff grown man. He came over there tripping on this one day, like I ain't having it. Like y'all either go turn West Boulevard today or this shit over.
So now Zaire is pressured with the ultimatum of joining the West Boulevard Crips. This was like a dream come true, except because he was told to do it, he now did not want to do it. Like if I'm gonna join somewhere, I'm gonna do it because I want to, not because somebody else is telling me to do it.
I ain't finna be from West Boulevard because he tried to make me. You know, I was rebellious back then, so I started hanging with the Harlem 30s.
So now after rejecting the West Boulevards, he starts hanging out with the notorious Harlem 30s. He runs with them for a short time, but then his cousins come around and are like, you're either gonna join over there or join us with the 60s.
Like, my mom always had a house nearby Slauson, and all my cousins lived on Slauson, so I ended up getting put on 60s like my 14th summer, but I always was affiliated.
So Zaire officially gets put onto the 60s during his 8th grade summer.
I got jumped by all old man. I squad with one, he was like 19, and I squad with like a 30-year-old, and a...
Damn.
Yeah, I got knocked out.
So now he's officially a Rolling 60s member right before starting out at his private high school. He's known as Zaire Mitchell at school, and on the block he's known as Wild Bill from the Overhills. But somehow amidst his...
I'm from Florida in 8th grade, bro. Listen, in 8th grade, we was out here playing football, trying to get some, you know what, and, we wasn't really on no, like, well, you know, they say, Cali at the Capitol Game Bang. We were segregated, but not segregated. Because at that time we still had the black versus the Haitian, Mexican versus black, or Mexican versus Haitian. That's what we had. You feel me? It wasn't no colors dividing us. It was more of the race. And yeah, nah, just my 8th grade year, bro. Listen, my 8th grade year was kind of lit. Like, in my opinion, it was lit, because at one point I was getting in so much trouble, bro, at school, at home, and then came to my 8th grade where it was almost time to go to high school, nigga. I just fell back, just started chilling. I ain't flunked, but started chilling and whatnot. And like I said, nigga, we at that time, a lot of us was playing Pop Warner. A lot of us was we were trying to be on some grown people shit, bro. And we never, like, this is what I talk about, like, you know, not everybody have a certain lifestyle they live, or, like, you know, they grew up in. And low key, you guys could say, oh, nah, you just ain't got the heart for this. I probably don't. But this shit would have made me paranoid. I mean, granted that, like, you know, you'll watch some interviews where they be like, nah, bro, you in this, you in this. Like, I did an interview. I wish I did. I did a video on Louisiana most dangerous city, or whatever the case was. And they were asking some question like, oh, are you afraid to die? Or do you get paranoid looking over your shoulder? And they're like, no, you know what come with it. You in this, you either in this or you out, bro. And it's like, bro, I feel you, but no, I can't be in. Like, you telling me not knowing, like, today could be the day I'm out. Like they say your TV gonna get turned off today. Like, no, bro. I'm trying to live to see another day. I'm trying to fight to see another, like, I feel like there was more to it than just, like, guys from Cali. I mean, like, no disrespect. You get the rush of, you get the adrenaline, the rush, like, that's your drug of, like, you know, running up on the enemy, this, da. But in the end of the day, just you trying to link up with the boy, you trying to link up with some chick, you always got to be on 10 instead of, like, that's just my problem. Like,
Gangbanging, he's able to maintain an above 3.0 average at school and to become the backup point guard. Now, you might hear backup point guard and think that he was trash, but no. You gotta know where he went to school. They were stacked. We'll get into all of that in a second, but the point is that while he's doing all this positive stuff, he's also living the life as a full-time gangbanger. When he wasn't at his Christian academy, he was knee-deep in very dangerous situations in the set. Specifically, his main expertise was robbing and extorting rappers who come to LA, and that takes us to 2004. June 29th, 2004. It's the weekend of the annual BET Awards in LA, and the Rolling 60s have nothing but extortion on their minds.
Searching for a trusted US MT5 broker?
I got a question.
Particular,
I got a question real quick. If Cali is known for, like, you know, gang banging capital, or gang affiliated land, or, you know, the whole, you know where I'm going with this, right? Why does a lot of things happen in California? Why is California the biggest music place to be? And why y'all answer that way, if y'all do give me the answer to that, right? why do they take a chance on making money off your life, knowing that if they throwing some kind of event going on over here, you're gonna have a whole bunch of niggas from this side of this side, right, come to your side and either jack your car, jack your like you get what I'm going. It's like, to me, it's like it's a setup. It's like a back door. It's like it's like a back door type shit with the industry, bro, or the whole like. I don't know. Like, I feel like, isn't it weird how it seemed like the place that you need to live, the state that you need to live in, if you're planning on being an actress or a movie star, or you get me, right? It's California. I think they say Chicago, New York, Georgia. How about Texas? I don't even know if Texas or Florida. I know Florida's the retirement state. And that's why nigga trying to get back out of that. My next plan, I wanna move to Colorado, straight up. I wanna go back to the mountain. Utah was too Mormon. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just used to a little ratchet in my life, and Utah did not have no ratchet shit. But yeah, y'all let me know.
On this day, Zaire and his boys have somebody they want to target. Yep, that's right, Jeezy the Snowman. And
I was just about to say, I know that. They say G's alright.
They desperately want that chain. Why him? Well, simply because he has the shiniest chain they've ever seen.
We've never seen nothing like this. You gotta think, LA, like the real Gotti diamond jewelry, diamond in each link, like this has never been done in LA yet. The rapper's jewelry is very feasible. It's like, if you get you some rapper jewelry and go to the jeweler, you up a couple $100,000.
Unfortunately for them, they're unable to get a hand on Jeezy at the award show, so now they follow him to the club.
It was so many of us, we pushed the security out the way and rushed the club.
So now Zaire and his boys run in the club and absolutely take it over. In fact, Zaire jumps behind the bar, grabs 2 bottles, and then stands up and clashes them together. Simultaneously, his boys go over to the DJ booth and grab the mic.
Tell the whole club to roll the 60s in here, like, ooh, like it's one of them nights.
After doing this, they wiggle over to the section that Jeezy's in, looking to snatch his chain.
We trying to ease our way to Jeezy. We see the snowman. We trying to go do our thing.
But as Jeezy's crew notice what's about to happen, they whip out their blikes.
They got like a chopper. This is my first time ever seeing like a mini carbine or something. Like, they got a...
Sad to say it. 3 of them probably should have went.
Chop out, like, and we look back, and I just go to shake Jeezy and ooh, we in, like, what up, man?
Thankfully, the situation was stopped before it even started. But I say all that to show that at just 16 years old, this is what Zaire was about. And because of his willingness to do anything for the 60s, he was increasing his rank. This is how he earned the name in the set of Shitty or Shitro and the ability to put on new members. Well, in the late summer of 2004, he would bring his first young member to be put on the set. This would be a young friend of his by the name of Eric Holder. Eric was only 14 years old, but already thirsty and ready to put in work in the set. So of course, Zaire brings him to the set, puts him on, and he earns the nickname of Lil Shitty. Big Shitty and Lil Shitty, a duo that would forever make history in the set. So being a big homie at just 16 years old meant that Zaire had a rider by his side. At first, this meant protecting the trap, which happened to be Zaire's mom's house. This is where you could find a whole lot of money, jewelry, and illicit items inside. So because of Zaire, his mom's house became the hangout spot for the Overhill 60s.
My house was the spot. She had money and shit in the house and a lot of jewelry. So she let all the gangbangers kick it at the house because she had control of us. I had control of my homies, but we was like the security blanket.
Now remember,
No, he did not have control of it. And I thought somebody of them was hitting his mom.
as he's committing felony robberies and hanging out on the block, he's still enrolled in private school and playing on the basketball team. So now it's the fall of 2004, and Zaire's team has a major season ahead. The team is absolutely stacked as they have a 6'10 D1 center, a 6'7 D1 wing, and the point guard is Devin Williams, who you may know as In the Lab. Well, long story short, they're so good that they have an undefeated season in their league, and they make it to the state championship game in Sacramento. Of course, they win the state championship, beating a Bay Area team like LA always does. So on paper, everything in Zaire's life is looking good. A good GPA, winning a state championship, and also getting noticed on the AAU circuit. In fact, he was playing so well that he skipped his senior year of high school to go play at a basketball prep school in Mississippi. Now you'd think that with this great opportunity, Zaire would go into it with a positive mentality. Now that I'm out of state, I'm
due to the fact everybody wanted to run away from a lifestyle like this to find something positive for themselves, with somebody like him that grew up in a certain environment, right? You get a chance to get away from that, and it's like they say you can't take the hood out of the person, and it's like you wasn't looking to better yourself. I want to say you were just more.
I'm gonna leave the gang stuff behind me and simply focus on basketball. But sadly, for whatever reason,
he did it. He was too infatuated with it.
Banger.
He simply cannot let the street life go. So right after his senior year at the prep school, he catches his first case. As he's riding around Mississippi in a car with no registration, the troopers get behind him. And because he has an illegal weapon,
nigga on top of Mississippi,
in the car, he decides to take him on a chase. So he bends a few blocks, giving him enough time to roll down the window and throw out the clip and then throw out the weapon. So then after getting rid of it, he rolls his window up and then pulls over so they can talk to him. Unfortunately for him, the officers did see him throw it, so they go around and they end up finding it.
Daniel.
At this point, everything he's worked hard for is at jeopardy. He could quickly become a felon. However, because of a technicality in Mississippi law, he gets off with a misdemeanor.
Threw the gun, so they found the gun with no clip. That's a misdemeanor. Because it wasn't like...
Well, while this is going on and he's sitting in a jail cell, he does receive some very good news.
And while I'm there, I get an acceptance letter from Clark Atlanta University.
So now he has the amazing opportunity to play on Clark Atlanta's basketball team and to go to school for free. Well, after presenting this to the court, the judge thankfully allows him to get out of jail just 2 days before orientation.
What day do you start orientation? He let me out 2 days before orientation, so I couldn't do no gang banging or nothing.
This was a close call, but thankfully they let
Not saying that you were going to be an NBA player or nothing like that, but you could have took the opportunity of taking certain knowledge, gift, element, whatever from what you're about to go through and put it through some good youth. Now, you basically shitted all this away, right? We're just gonna fast forward all the way to right now. You shitted all this away, to be the CRIP-ASSASSIN that you are now, hypothetically speaking, to being on some white guy's podcast, to getting fired because you said some weird zesty shit towards Gucci man, right? And now it's like your life
let him off easy, and he's able to now focus on, well, is he? Oh, hell nah. You'd think that catching that case would scare him straight, like everything I've worked hard for almost was out of my hands. Like now I'm gonna focus on basketball in school and definitely stay out of trouble. But nope, Zaire's entrance to Atlanta would be quite the opposite. As soon as he touches down in the city, he links up with his Rolling 60s cousins who now run with BMF. So while his classmates are sleeping in the dorms and kicking it on campus, he's with Big Meech at the club and sleeping in his mansion as well.
So I'm the youngest little dude, you know what I'm saying? Young in the club, 17, 18. I'm with Meech and them though.
And as soon as he was introduced to their lifestyle, he fell in love with it and was willing to do anything to impress Big Meech, including trapping and moving weight while being a full-time college student. So just like that, an 18-year-old Zaire is risking his freedom once again. And unfortunately, during his second semester, it would all catch up to him. While heading down the interstate with 75 pounds in his car, a Georgia State trooper gets behind him.
listen here, boy. Listen, that put chill down my spine just seeing that color right there.
With 75 pounds in his car, a Georgia.
That right there, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, in my opinion, right? I've been in Texas too, right? And I seen a state trooper. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, if I was from Texas, I probably shit down my pants too. But I'm gonna just give y'all my experience, my like. You can have yours. You can put yours in the comment. So I lived in Utah, right? Utah State Troopers is an all-white car, an all-white SUV, right? Some of them are Dodge. They're not even listen, I don't know too much about my cars, so don't get on to me. For example, let's just say this is a Mustang, right? This is the Hellcat GT, whatever, some shit. I don't know my cars. We're just hypothetically speaking. They had like maybe the other version. They had the 4-door, regular Mustang, whatever, right? And then they had the Beehive on their door, and that's all they had. They had the Beehive, and on top of the Beehive, they wrote, I don't know, Salt Lake Troopers or some shit, right? I never felt nothing. Like every time I seen them, I'm like, all right, I gotta be on 10. You know, you know what I'm doing, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. Never, bro. If it was anything, it just made me stay on point about all white cars, bro. It just made me stay. It just made me more alert about all white cars. But Georgia and Florida State Troopers cars colors. Bro, Florida State Trooper car will make you, bro. It's black and brown. It definitely gonna make you do that in your drawers. I was in Georgia, and I kid you not, bro. I ain't never seen so much state troopers in my life, bro. To the point I'm like, oh yeah, I do not really. Oh no, I just want to get home, sir. Just trying to get home, sir.
Georgia State Trooper gets behind him. He throws some of the bags out of the window, but unfortunately they catch up to him before he can get rid of it all. And just like that, Zaire is arrested and is facing a serious Class A felony. While enrolled as a college student, he's now facing up to 8 years in prison. At this moment, everything he's ever worked for is now way out of the window. They caught him red-handed with serious weight, and he's going to be sitting in prison for quite some time. Well, long story short, he pleads guilty to the felony, and now his future is at the hands of a judge. Somehow he gets another lenient judge who sentences him to
4 months in jail, 10 years probation.
4 months in jail.
Receiving only 4 months for 75 pounds is very strange, especially in the South. On top of this, during this exact time, BMF was taken down and all of them got 15 to 20 years.
With 4 new big arrests, Atlanta police believe they have just about shut down the so-called Black Mafia family. And as our Julia Harding reports, these suspects were hiding out in one of the city's most popular areas.
Anyone tied to BMF typically has an extensive criminal history, so we consider them to be very violent.
Federal agents seized this limo with secret compartments that had almost $1 million hidden inside. Seized this limo with secret compartments that had almost $1 million hidden inside. An organization that at one time claimed to rule Atlanta. Now agents say that's no longer the case.
So now with all of BMF arrested, Zaire just threw his life away for nothing. You started trapping to impress them, and now you'll probably never see them again. So now that he doesn't have a school to go to or a crew to hang out with, he only has a choice but to return back to Los Angeles. So right after his release from Fulton County Jail, he makes his glorious return to the wicked, overhill Los Angeles streets. It's now the fall of 2006, and Zaire is back to ground one, hanging out with his 60s homies in the hood. He's now just another failed high school athlete who's back in the hood doing...
In all reality, he wouldn't have been a failed athlete. Like I said, granted, you probably would not have made it with NBA, but you could have took that opportunity to make it something out of nothing instead of going back to like, bro, it's like, yeah, you're here today, but just all the legal shit, bro.
Absolutely nothing. We all know some of those, don't we? But not only is he doing nothing productive, he's also in the process of risking his life every single day. Why, you might be wondering? Well, because while he was in Atlanta, his little homie Eric Holder was causing havoc in the streets. So upon Zaire's return to LA, he was putting his life in immediate risk. It's an early October afternoon in
Great content needs a great audience. Like Stretch Armstrong needs to be stretched. Yeah!
and Zaire and Eric are rolling through the set headed to their local corner store. Zaire has his shirt off and a blick sitting in his lap as they get to the store. So when Eric parks the car, Zaire hops out and puts his blick under his seat. He then reaches for the back door so he can grab his hoodie and put it on. But that's when he's met with a barrage of gunfire. Shots are flying from all the way across the street, but somehow Zaire is hitting his shoulder. It then ricochets and hits him in his neck, which completely shatters his back. So now he's laying on the floor and can't move anything under his waist. Thankfully, that's when Eric runs around to him, picks him up, and ties him down in the front seat. He then runs around to his side of the car, hops in, and speeds away to the hospital.
They ended up taking me. My boy was panicking, driving 100 miles per hour. I'm like, man, slow down, because I didn't have no feelings, so my neck I'm like, bro.
Thankfully, he ends up surviving after making it to the hospital, but that's when the doctors give him devastating news.
Like, I was in the bed, like when I first got shot, and he was rubbing the bottom of my feet. So what happened, my nerves were shattered. I had fractured my neck. I was telling him, like, I could feel you rubbing my foot. He like, no, you can't. You're paralyzed. You'll be, he was like a Middle Eastern dude. You'll be paralyzed forever. You'll never walk again. I'm like, bro, I just felt you rub my feet. He's like, you want to feel me rubbing your feet? I'm like, what the f***?
I think I gotta do it.
So for 6 months, he lays in a hospital.
I think I gotta do it. What you call it on that one?
Little bed, thinking that he'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Oh,
damn, bro. Damn, bro. What? Oh. All because you want to live this life.
A whole lot of time to lay there and think about all of his wasted potential. So now he's pissed off at his rivals and he tells Eric to go put in work. So from what we know, Eric Holder immediately hit the streets and started knocking down rivals. So not only did he save his life, but he also allegedly eliminated those who did this to his friend. Eric's loyalty to Zaire was unparalleled. He was basically forever indebted to his life. Well, after months of being angry in a hospital bed, a miracle comes out of nowhere.
We sitting inside the hospital, we watching TV, and I just move my legs up like, and she like, what the f*** are you doing? I'm like, I was like, oh shit, I was trying to get comfortable. And my legs just moved. She like, what the fuck? Like, oh, she ran and got the nurse. Went to rehab, physical therapy after that for like 4 months.
Somehow, after 6 months, he's able to fully recover and get back on his feet. And after his full recovery, he would smartly get out of the LA streets and head back to Atlanta. Now, you may be thinking that this was his wake-up call to get out of the streets.
Hell no, we already know that. Come on now, bro.
But this wasn't the case at all. Instead, he heads back to Atlanta with a serious mission in mind, and he brings Eric with him.
Alright, man, I'm gonna get at y'all on the next one. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to finish it. If y'all do, I ain't asking for too much. Give me about 3 likes on this video, bruh. If y'all want to see me finish it. If y'all don't, well, either way, I'm gonna catch on the next one. Y'all stay safe, stay out the way. Hit that like, hit that comment. Follow your boy on Twitch. 1.